Release the Kraken!
I don't know, I guess they just don't want to come out. They're so comfy in their house.
Ground control to Major Tom.
I'm looking for it. I don't know where it is. I think it's in one of these trees. Find my drone. Start flashing and beeping. I don't even hear it. Not up there. So I guess it maybe went that way. You know, I was planning on starting this video all like cinematic like and having these nice drone shots of me driving the ATV across the pasture. Well, that's what the shot looks like from the drone's perspective. Well, that's not good at all. That's a really bad omen for this video. This video was supposed to be about me trying to find a spring to help feed my farm. Now it just might end up being me trying to find my drone and figure out where the heck it went. Oh, I think I hear it. There it is. I got you, fella. Stuck in an apple tree. There we go. I think we can turn you off for now. Wow, I don't even think I'm gonna have to change the propellers on this guy. No damage whatsoever. I got super lucky there. What do you think, Abby? Do you think I got lucky? Is that a good omen for this video?
Everything's coming up Millhouse.
Because in this video, we're gonna find a spring. As you guys may recall, about 2 weeks ago, I did a whole bunch of digging in this spot. I was trying to identify a spring and see if the seep was actually gonna provide me with water. And so I thought it was like somewhere around here, and then I dug this portion, which was just a little bit downhill from it, to see if it would fill up with water. And boy howdy, it sure did. I mean, wow. I got the makings of a pond right there, if nothing else. So what I'll probably end up doing is recruiting my buddy Alfred.
My buddy Alfred!
If I recruit Alfred to help me dig a pond with his excavator right here, this could be an awesome spot. I mean, I could also do it as a spring box, which, you know, there's another guy in town who actually really specializes in doing that. That's another option too, but I would say this definitely seems like a viable source of water, and I am super excited about that. Wow, this is pretty awesome actually. And I will also say that this is not going to be the only good news around water on the farm. Now, really long time viewers of our YouTube channel might remember this. Like way back in early 2019, I was actually working to try to find my spring because I originally had the hydrant in the barn fed by a spring that was in my cedar swamp. In the dead of winter, it seemed like my hydrant had frozen up and I was pretty sure I'd have to go to the source of the spring if I was going to try to unclog it. Well, I set out on snowshoe and I went looking for it, and I didn't have any luck. And for the past couple of years, I have been desperately searching for this mysterious spring. And as I've been looking for it, I asked a lot of my neighbors who are older timers here about it and if they knew of the location. In particular, my neighbor Bruce, he shares a property border with me down that a ways, a little ways. And he has lived here his entire life. And I mean, by lived here, I mean, he grew up in the house across the street, and yeah, he's been over there, I don't know for how long, very, very long time. Well, he probably knows my woods about as well as anyone. And when I asked him if he knew, he said he remembered seeing it, but couldn't quite remember where it was. And well, the other day I ran into him at our local dump, and he actually told me that he thought he found my spring and asked me if I wanted him to flag it. And I was stunned. I was like, heck yeah, man, go for it. And so he just told me yesterday that he made a trail with some blue flags going from the edge of my pasture, where we have the bird yard and the permaculture orchard, like that area, and it leads all the way into the woods and goes in a pretty much straight line from blue marker to blue marker right towards where the spring is. Well, now that I have a lot of confidence that this area right here is absolutely a spring, let's go try to find another spring. Hello, my large white dogs. Unfortunately, I can't take you with me on this mission. It's hunting season right now, and I'm afraid you'd be mistaken for large white wolves. So you guys are gonna need to stick inside the bird yard and watch over things while I'm gone, okay? Abby, I'm trusting you with this responsibility. Do you think you can handle it? Yes, you can. Look at you, you're being such a good girl. So yeah, just to give you a sense of geography, there's Hoop Coop 2. Here's the fence. Here we have the birds in our bird yard hanging out. They're probably saying, what is he doing creeping over there? I have to come through here this spring. clear out some of this brush so it doesn't overgrow. Actually, in case anybody's wondering, this is one of the spots where I plan on keeping my pigs next year. You know, it's really easy and close to a lot of the other farm amenities, so it'd make it a really easy spot to raise them. Like, see, I have a water hydrant right there, so I could easily keep my pigs watered all summer long. Hey, Abby. She's like, what's he doing in here? Now, you guys might notice I'm wearing this orange hat. Somebody asked me on a live stream the other day why it seems like orange is my favorite color. It's not necessarily my favorite. You know, I wear this blaze orange because it makes me really visible to folks when I'm walking through the woods. So that way I can hopefully have lower odds of getting shot by somebody. And yes, that is a risk I genuinely think about on the regular. All right, let's see where it is. I just saw it yesterday when Bruce pointed it out to me. Can you guys see it? I think it's up a little bit past this poultry fence here. Which, by the way, yeah, I know. If I was a really good non-ADHD farmer, I would have cleaned up all of my stuff by now before trying to undertake a mission like this. But I was so excited when I heard the news that I felt like I had to clear my day and do that instead of farm cleanup, which is what I was supposed to do. Yes, guys, I'm always reading your comments. Don't forget that. Oh, I just heard a big scared bird in there. Oh, that was a grouse. You guys hear him? A couple grouse right in that tree. You'll notice these ancient hay bales. They've been here since I took over the farm. They were there for a couple of years. Oof, fun to go through. Glad I'm wearing my thick sweatshirt. Yeah, I'll definitely have to come through here and clean this out. All right. Here's Bruce's first flag. This is the one I spotted from over there yesterday. You can see one of our ancient rock walls. And I know a lot of our European friends were making fun of me for calling it ancient. You know, something that's 200 years old here in Vermont is considered ancient. Something like that in Scotland is kind of laughable. So there you have it. Oh, there's Bruce's next marker right there. Okay. Oh, I see the next one. Okay. Oh, I see another one. So it's funny, every time I've ever tried to find the spring in the past, I've always looked down in that area because that's where I thought it was coming from. This seems like it's leading me further up this way. There's another one. There goes another one of those grouses. You hear it? I don't know if the mic picks that up. You just hear my heavy breathing. I was playing with little barn cat this morning, so I'm kind of a mouth breather right now. The spot where I was digging that pond is just up past that fir tree. I'm gonna guess about 300 yards, 500 yards, so it's definitely in the same vicinity. There's another one. One of our streams runs right over here. There's another one. Oh wow, look at this old piece of glass. Who knows how old this is? I see the next one. Oh, I see the next one. Yeah, this is where it gets like really swampy. It's a little mushy this time of year. But like in May, you wouldn't even be able to walk around here. What kind of track is that? Oh, that looks like some deer tracks right there. Here's another one. Where's the next one though? Let's see. Oh, wait, is that it? Right over there? Nope, that's just a stone. Oh, would you look at this? Looks like an old stove or something out here. Oh, look at that wreckage. Yeah, our forest is littered with ancient farm garbage. All right, I lost the trail. Oh, there it is. Okay, so that was the last one I was at. Here's the next one. Oh, wow, look at this. Lots of scat. This stuff looks fresh. This right here is probably like an animal superhighway. Goes down that way. It's probably like an old logging trail that got sort of overgrown. You know, if I had the time, I would just come out here and just chainsaw away and rebuild this path. But you never have the time you think you do or want to have. And here's the stream. Or is that it? I don't know. When Bruce described it to me, it sounded like it was an actual box. This just seems like a running stream. I'm looking for a blue flag like that. Oh, I see it. There's one here. There's another one here. Oh, I see the next one. There it is across the stream again. Another ancient fence insulator. I wonder how that ended up here. Oh, there's another fence insulator here too. Some old barbed wire. Actually, no, this isn't even barbed wire. This is like high tensile. So at some point, cattle were living out here. I'm really nervous and wondering what I'm gonna find here. I'm excited, but nervous. Here's another one, and here's another one. Whoa, I'm sinking in this one. Look at that, my boot just got almost sucked off. That's some real swampy muck right there. I swear, this is how farming is kind of like video games. Can't tell you how many different video games I've played where I'm wandering around a strange level looking for waypoints. And yes, this is exactly what I'm doing here. There it is. The next one. Okay, oh, I see the next one up there. It's that way. All right, so there's one right there. Oh, I see another one. You know, I haven't even actually checked my farm maps once on this whole mission. It's been kind of fun just following and connecting the dots from Bruce. Oh, what's this? Piece of pipe or something. I'll have to come back and get that later. Now I'm regretting the choice of wearing my thick sweatshirt, building up a sweat. It's supposed to get to be about 65 today. Huh, I think I see it. You guys see it? Well, I'll be. Look at that. This right here is the spring. So more accurately, this is the spring box. So underneath this concrete circle that you see here is the spring, and they box it up. And what that does is it lets it collect all the water, and then typically you're gonna have a spout or a spigot where that water runs off. You can see actually a lot of that water's running off down that way. Oh, there it is. There's like a hook that I don't think I'm gonna be able to move. Let's start by getting this tree off of it. That'll make it a little bit easier. So now usually you'd, you know, whether you've got an excavator or a tractor or a bunch of stout guys and some rope or chain, you'd hook it around here. You could use that to lift the cover off the spring box. I'm not nearly strong enough to do that, but let me see if I can slide it off. Nope. Nope, that's not happening. That thing is heavy AF. Now, before I get too excited about the fact that I found this spring, what I want to do is actually mark it on my maps. All right, so I can see it right here, right? Just to give you guys a sense of where we're at. So the permaculture orchard and the trees and pretty much the spot I came into is right about here. Basically just have to follow the stream straight ahead down to this point right here. I'm gonna drop a pin. I'm gonna call this Bruce Spring. Yeah, I don't know. I really appreciate Bruce's help on this. I feel like he deserves to have a spring named after him. There we go. Add that and we'll save it. If I were to guess, I would say this spring is about 1,200 feet away from where like the fence line is. It's definitely not too far to try to get water to the farm. It's also not too far if I wanted to try to run water into my pond. And honestly, this thought just sort of struck me as I'm out here. If I ran a line of water towards the farm and kept it constantly running, that would keep it from freezing. And then if I let the runoff go into the pond, that would be a fresh source of water for the pond. And if there's runoff from the pond, it's just gonna go back down to the stream further down that way. And I gotta say, it's gonna be a heck of a lot easier to run spring water through a pipe that way to get it to the farm than it would be to try to divert this stream towards the pond. So I genuinely feel like this is a second piece of really good news for the farm today. Now the one thing I would just love to do if I could, see if I can just slide this off just a little bit. Oh, I think it's going. There we go. You see that? That's water. Yeah, look at that. Looks really clean and clear in there too. That's the beauty of having this spring box, is you keep the contaminants from going in. Like for example, this slug that just started to make its way in there. There we go. Sealed back up. That thing is heavy. Wow. Now I noticed you can actually see this old stick that used to mark it. When I was looking for the spring, I was always looking for this stick. Leave it up here now. We'll actually use Bruce's markings as my real indicator. Gosh, I'm so happy. This is such a good feeling to have found this. And so thank you, Bruce, for helping me find this one. I don't think I would have found this myself. I mean, look at it. It's kind of hidden. You got the down trees that were kind of covering it. It's got inches and inches of moss on dirt underneath it. Should probably clean this off. I think this is actually technically classifies as peat moss. And I guess you'd have to dry it out if you wanted to be peat moss. All right, so there we go. So now, even though there is that over there, and I actually came from that direction, I'm noticing that there's a few more markers this way, so I'm gonna follow along and see what's up. More markers. I got a murder of crows flying above me. That's kind of dark and ominous, right? Oh, whoa. You guys hear that? Not the crows. It's like a gurgling. It's coming from right there. Ah, I think we found another seep point. Yeah, that's pretty cool. More spring water.
I'm blacked out outside of spring water.
So pretty much like underneath this rock, or at least this fissure of rock, there's more water. And so I can only assume that that's another potential spring point. Wow, that's so cool. So I could actually have two sources of water coming from this area. You guys really hear that? Let's turn on my flashlight and see if I can look inside there. Lumos. Oh yeah. I don't know. Can you guys see it kind of bubbling up from in there? It might be a little tough to see on the camera. That's so cool. And yeah, it just sort of trickles down that way. You know, I love the fact that I keep learning more and more about this farm the more time I spend here. That's incredible that there's not just one developed spring, but there's actually an undeveloped spring right here. I can't even describe just how happy I am. If you guys want to flash back to the video where I went looking for the spring a couple of years ago, I'll leave a link for it right there, or you can watch something else. But thanks for coming along on this adventure, everybody. Have a great day.